Hey guys, Cassie here and welcome back. So I know it has been forever since I've been able to post an art video, but I will give you guys a little bit of an update on where I am and what's going on with me, and I will try not to talk too much about all of this madness that is going on in the world because, you know, it's gonna pass. It's gonna pass, and I know it seems bad right now. And anyway, right out of the gates, I know that most of you probably know I'm a Christian, and I am just, my faith is what's getting me through this. I just know that it's going to end and everything's going to be okay. So, all that said and done, that's not the reason for my prolonged absence from YouTube. And you can probably tell I'm going to be a little bit rusty when it comes to talking to the camera again and trying to relearn everything that I've learned about making YouTube videos over the past several months, because it's just like it's going to be new again to me. So, okay, and already I'm rambling. So, before I get started, this is the piece that I was doing a collab with Heather and the Wiregrass. And of course, I am going to link her channel in my description box and in the comments below. So if you see this and you want to go see her awesome version of this, just check in my description box and head over there and give her some love. Okay, so I still need to do the eyes, the lips, and the little dress part down here and the background of this picture. I don't know how far I'm going to get with this, but we're just going to start. So I think I'm going to give her blue eyes. So we're just going to start. And I did not pull shading colors for the flesh parts of her eyes, so we'll just see where we go with this. But anyway, how are all of you doing? I hope everyone is doing well and that everyone is staying indoors and staying safe throughout all of this madness. I have not been going anywhere other than where I absolutely have to go. I've been to the grocery store, and that's about it. We're just staying safely quarantined in our home. Well, actually not our home. That was the part I was going to share with you about where I am. So, as many of you know, I have been working on moving for the last several weeks. I can already tell this lighting is not going to work. I've got a shadow being cast where I'm trying to color, and I can't really see very well. And I can tell, yeah, I don't know if I want to try to bother moving it now, or maybe I can come at it with a different angle here. We'll try this. Not much better, but it'll work. So, update on the move. My house is now under contract. That's the house that I showed in my last video. Just to clear up any confusion, the house that I showed in my last video when I gave you the first update was not the house that we bought. It was our old house that we were getting ready to sell. And it is now completed and under contract, hopefully with its new owners. And we're very thrilled about that. We have a 30-day due diligence period, of course. And once we're finished with that, the house will be officially sold. So for right now, I am set up quite nicely in my father-in-law's house, my husband's dad. He is letting us live with him until we get our house, our new house, which we are waiting on to be built. And this lighting is bothering me. I wonder if I could move my lamp. Guys, hang tight with me for just a minute. I'm still learning this new setup here. It's casting a really bad shadow. And I'm gonna turn this lamp off for just a minute. Really, really sorry. I thought this would work and it's not working. I just hit my phone with my lamp. Okay. So what's going on here is that my husband is now working from home because of the virus. His whole company, all of them are working at home, working from home exclusively until further notice. So therefore, we are kind of invading my father-in-law's house with all of our stuff. We are all sharing his office upstairs. My husband has his work computer set up here, and I have my art stuff set up here. And we are just all, and my father-in-law does woodworking, so his woodworking stuff is up here. Well, not his, like, power tools and all that. He's got a workshop outside, but this is where he does like his finer details and some of his pieces that he does. So all three of us are kind of sharing this office in his house as our, it's a work office slash wood shop slash art room. Okay, I think this might be, let's see here. I think this might be the magic. Okay, now let me try. Oh yeah, much better, much better. Okay, thanks for bearing with me, guys. I should have known not to have the light coming from the right, but I am still refiguring this out. I'm actually kind of nervous. Like, it's been so long since I've done a video, and like an art video. Okay, I think we're good to go now. So I thought about doing purple eyes for this girl, but then I was like, well, I don't want it all to be purple. And blue is not a complementary color. I forget. Purple and blue are on the same side of the color wheel, so I forget what that's called. You artsy people that know what it's called when you have two colors in the same piece that are on the same side of the color wheel. What's that? Not monochromatic. Monochromatic is all the same color. And let the rambling begin. Okay. And I'm not going to stress about this picture today, guys. I'm just going to let it kind of come naturally, because I need to relax today. I need to relax and just do something that makes me happy. Anybody have kids that are home from school? that is my life. That is the story of my life. I homeschool, so I feel ya. It's takes a little bit of getting used to be honest. You know, to go from one routine to a completely different routine, no matter what it is challenging. So, hats off to you parents who are having to work from home and do school, or if you can't work from home, if you've got, you know, if you're in the healthcare field, you know, or work at grocery stores or anywhere like that. I mean, and your kids are out of school. I know that's really tough. Really tough right now. But I'm glad I mentioned that, because if you do work in one of those fields, if you drive a truck, or if you know somebody who drives a truck, or I told you guys this was going to get really rambly really fast. If you know any truck drivers or any grocery store workers, pharmacists, anybody in the healthcare, just all of these people who have to be out and about and still go to work and are putting themselves and their health at risk to help keep things going. Thank you so much, because people like you are what is keeping everything going now. You're what's keeping this country, and other countries too, just keeping it moving, so that everything doesn't come to a complete stop. And you are appreciated. You really are. I lost my dad about 11 years ago, and he was a truck driver. That was his trade. And I've always kind of known how hard they work. And it's kind of one of those professions that goes really unknown, or, not unknown, but unnoticed or unthought about, because, they're just kind of, I feel like they're taken for granted. People kind of just think that supplies just pop in and appear in stores magically. Not really. I know people know that trucks and things are, truckers, and they're the ones that bring in the supplies. But, I do think that those people are kind of taken for granted. And now more than ever, it's like, appreciate your truck drivers and appreciate your grocery store workers. They're the ones that are making sure that we can get our food, doing their best to keep the store stocked, even though it's an impossible task right now. Nearly impossible to keep the essentials stocked. But, anyway, those truckers, if you know one, just take some time to say thank you to them, because they are, they work long hours. They take their time away from their family, their life. And I know it's, what they chose to do for a living, but still, just like any other profession that provides a service, it's not an easy job, and they deserve to be recognized, and they deserve to be, thanked for what they do and for what they sacrifice. My dad, he was gone for, when I was born, he had started working at a job that allowed him to be home every weekend, and that was such a blessing to us. But still, it was hard not having my dad home. During the week, we missed him, and the weekend was short, 2 days, and then he was back out on the road. And my, my mom was going it on her own for 5 days out of the week. Sometimes even 6 if they didn't get home in time. I mean, if he had like a particularly long run, and sometimes would end up having to come in on Saturday morning and go out on Sunday night. And so yeah, love on your truckers. They really deserve, some love and some respect for what they do. And if you hear like a beeping noise in the background, that is my husband's computer. It is, sounds a little bit like a hospital room in here, but until we get in our new house, that's just going to be a reality if I'm going to keep making videos. And I'm hoping to actually be able to watch some of your videos and, actually be able to be in touch with you guys. I've missed conversations with the friends that I've made. I mean, this is crazy what's been going on. And I've missed you guys, and I've missed, talking and chatting on your videos and your channels, and then on mine when you comment on my videos, and I just really miss all that. So I'm so glad. I feel so fortunate to be in a place that, I can do that now. And if you're a bit confused as to what exactly I'm talking about and why we're not, just already in our new house if we've sold our other house. So here's the story. I'll go ahead and tell you. So when we first decided that we were going to try to sell our house, we have 2 kids, and we decided that since we have family, like my father-in-law, who's willing to house us for a time, why not sell our house, just move out of it, so that way we won't have to pick up and leave every single time our realtor wanted to show it. We would just leave the house completely and sell the house, and after the house was sold, we could go look for a new house, a house that's big enough to fit all of our needs. And so that's what we did. We moved out of our house, and it needed some work. Our realtor she told us, that it needed new paint, that we needed to, there was a lot of cleaning that needed to be done to it, and just a whole slew of things that needed to be done with it to get it ready to sell, hence the long absence. And so that's just what we've been doing, and trying our best to get it ready and on the market. And it went on the market this past Saturday and sold in a day. I mean, seriously, so blessed. Thank you, Jesus. And so we sold our house, and we found this new house that's a new construction in a local neighborhood. That's a really nice neighborhood. I mean, they've got a community pool, and they've got like tennis courts and walking paths and just all kinds of goodies that we can't wait to get into. And so yeah, this has been quite an interesting little adventure we've had. And then this virus craziness hit, so we've been kind of working in the midst of all of this, and you know, we still sold our house really quickly. I mean, I am so aware of how long a house can sit on the market and not get sold, and I just feel so blessed and so happy that things are going the way that they're going. I mean, you know, I'm a Christian, and I'm sorry if what I'm saying about it offends you, but, you know, I'm not going to shy away from talking about my faith on my channel. So, because I know that God is with me all the time and with my family, and, you know, He's the reason for all of, you know, all the good things that are happening in our lives, even amidst all this. And you know what, I'm so not bragging. You know, if this virus is causing anybody to suffer, you know, like, well, it's causing all of us to suffer. I told you this was going to be rambly. But, you know, it's causing everybody to suffer, you know, but, you know, it's in the Bible if you've read it or plan to read it or anything, that, you know, we're not guaranteed a cakewalk through life. And things are going to happen in this world. Sicknesses happen. But, you know, it just makes it easier to bear if you know that you serve an almighty God and that He never changes, and that, you know, everything's going to be okay. Okay, so there is the face. And I really like how the lips turned out. I'm kind of surprised I was able to get that result there. Okay, now, I don't know if you can see I might have to lift my camera up a little. I guess I'll just do it like that. Sorry. Because I don't know if I want to bother lifting my camera up anymore. Please consider this a practice run, you guys. This is crazy. Okay. Now, what to do. I think I'll make the flower and the pearls blue, and this thing the same color as her lips, or similar colors. I'm just gonna be kind of easy going with this, because I am tired. We have just now gotten settled. In my father-in-law's house, and it has been quite an adventure. Quite a scary one too, at some points. I keep reading and hearing people say, you know, stay home if you can. You know, don't go out in this. Don't leave your house, even if you're perfectly healthy and not at a risk, because you are risking spreading it to somebody that doesn't have it. Or no, wait. I'm so tired, guys. You risk spreading it to someone who couldn't fight it off. So just keep that in mind. All right, I did not intend to sound so lecture-y. You can tell what's on my mind. It's still kind of on my mind. And my mom is older, and she has conditions pre-existing, and so I'm thinking about that, and you know. So, other than all that madness, how is everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing awesomely. I am not by any stretch doing, I have not by any stretch been doing any art or anything here lately. I've been packing boxes and then painting the old house, and then getting settled here, and whew, tired. Very, very tired. And I don't know who knew or who paid any attention whenever I first started going, or I first began my little hiatus here, but I've been doing a challenge, the 365-day art challenge with Artfully Yours with Diana, and I have not been able to keep up with that challenge. Now, I've been posting videos every Monday for it, and I haven't been able to keep up with that. So Diana, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I do plan on starting again as soon as I can. I'm hoping I won't be able to have a video up for it this Monday, but I'm hoping by next Monday I'll be able to have another face ready and finished. Yeah, this is much better. And I'm really sorry in advance for how rambly the conversation is here. It is just that I am just as brain fried as everybody else. So I hope that, like, my talk of how well we've been doing as far as selling our house and whatnot, I hope that doesn't make anybody think that I'm, not sensitive to the situation that's been going on, because I am, believe me. I'm far from sitting here thinking, oh, I'm not affected by it, because I am. And you know what? It was my intention to not talk about this at all on this video, but, I mean, it's happening. is happening in the world and everybody knows it, and so, you know, I'm here for anybody if you guys, you know, need any kind of comfort or just want to reach out and message me or talk about it, you know, on Instagram or anything. You know, my Instagram is Cassie Draws and Colors, and I'd just be more than happy to, you know, talk with anybody. I mean, I'm not a nurse or doctor, and I don't have any answers or anything, but, you know, some people just don't really have people that they can talk to at home for one reason or another. So if you are, you know, you can always, you know, if you just need to vent or anything, I'm here and you're in my prayers. And of course, you know, I'll be thinking about everybody dealing with these things in their own ways. In the meantime, you know, since we're all quarantined, find something that helps to distract you and helps you to, you know, not think about it. Something that makes you happy, and do it. You know, read books, take nature walks. All that kind of thing helps me. We took our kids yesterday out to a local walking track, and it was kind of, you know, there were people out, but we kept our distance, and we brought picnics. We brought a picnic, and we ate our food, and then we took our kids around the track for a walk and got some sunshine in and exercise, and then we came home and we made a dinner and had a family game night. So doesn't get much better than that. I'm sorry, that was so not zoomed in. Okay. All right, I think that's all I'm going to do with that right now. And we're just going to color the cloth. I'm just going to color it this pinkish kind of purple that I made her lips, and then we're gonna, Heather did 4 of these videos, and she did, so I'm gonna figure out what kind of background I want on this, and then that's what will be the 4th video, because, you know, it's only fair. She spent 4 videos on 4 videos on our collab, so I'm going to do the same. And even though mine are grossly overdue, I'm so sorry, Heather. Alright, now that I've laid that pink layer down, I'm gonna do this raspberry, since I did it in the lips, and we're just gonna continue to carry it down. because I didn't want everything to be too purpley. Like I wanted to incorporate some different shades of stuff in here. Whilst still keeping with the color scheme. I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out. I mean, you know, I did not like this line art as much as I like the original sketch. And ask anybody who draws anywhere, that is kind of just the way things are. Sketches are so much looser and so much more lively, I guess, than line art is. Line art tends to be stiff. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you. I have the sketch over here somewhere. It's in my there it is. See how much looser and looser, I don't know if that's even, how much more loose and I guess like lively this looks. You can see the kind of serene expression in her face, whereas the line art was kind of just a blank stare. And I so didn't want this to be stiff because I love that sketch, and but I do have a hard time translating the liveliness of my sketches into any line art that I make, or any where, like, if I were to transfer one of my sketches to a clean sheet to make a line art that I'd want to color, because I don't color on my sketches. I try not to color on my sketches. I've only done it a handful of times, and I always end up regretting it because this happens. You know, they look kind of stiff, and then I've lost the original liveliness of the sketch, and I can't, you know, but I think I'll, with practice, grow and get a little better at that too. But for right now, I'm just happy to be sitting here and coloring, and happy that my family is safe and healthy, and that everything is okay on my front personally, and that we're doing well. And I hope that you are too. And I hope and pray that things continue to improve, and because I think in some countries they're starting to see a turnaround. That fan is driving me crazy. I might not be able to have that fan going in here. I'll just be hot. So, what are you guys doing? What are you working on? Are you working on anything in particular? Okay, that's driving me crazy now. There we go. I think that fixed it. Okay. I know this has been super, super weird and rambly, and I hope you guys don't, you know, unsubscribe, because I'm the weird person that's just kind of rambling on right now. But you know, give me a few videos to get my confidence back. And next time, I promise, I'm not going to talk about the coronavirus. We're just going to enjoy some art. I do not plan on filling the whole thing with depressing talk. But it's not all depressing, I guess. Okay. So this is dark purple. And I'm using my Prismacolors on this instead of my Faber-Castells, because I did not want to deal with having to draw on this big surface with Faber-Castells anymore. When I first did the skin was the first thing I did, and I did it with my new Faber-Castell pencils, and yikes, it was rough, because the harder tip, this paper's not like artist quality, it's cardstock that's meant to go through a printer. I can't remember the name of it. It's not bad paper. It's just not made for, it's not really made for what I'm using it for, I don't guess. And so the Faber-Castells had a really difficult time laying down smoothly on this paper. And therefore, I went back to using something that I knew better, and that was Prismacolors. So I'm kind of, when I said I was staying with my father-in-law, I am, but I'm kind of, you know, bouncing between there and my mom's house, because, you know, she can use some company through all this. She's stuck at home too, and so the kids and I will go over there. And none of us are going anywhere, so I'm not worried about, you know, her catching it or us catching it and taking it over there. We're being very careful. But I've been going over there, you know, and we've got hooked on this show called Poldark. It was a PBS show, and it's a British period drama about a miner named Ross Poldark, and he has just returned from the Revolutionary War. It's during that time, and when he returned, his father had passed away, and which, you know, was a reality then. You know, you went off to war and you didn't communicate with your family. You didn't know what was going on back at home. But when he returned home, unfortunately found that his father had passed away and that he had inherited his father's mine. It's a copper mine. And it was kind of in a state of ruin. His father had lost everything, and I think had some drinking problems or gambling problems and gambled away a lot of Ross's inheritance and fortune. So on top of grieving his dad's death, he is also dirt poor, and so he fights to get his mind back up and running, and he comes home to his father's employees who had kind of taken over his house and they were just being lazy, and Ross whips him back into shape, and then he meets, of course, oh, that's right, his, I don't want to spoil it if you want to watch it, but this is just all in the very first episode. His sweetheart before he left, she thought he had passed away, so she got engaged to his cousin. So he came home from war, and here his girlfriend is about to marry his cousin. So yeah, not the best way to return home. He was gone for 3 years, I think. And of course he meets someone else, and they have a whole story. And anyway, Poldark, it is highly and a very highly addicting show. We've been watching it on Amazon. The series has been ended for a while now, but we're watching the reruns on Amazon TV. And it is so good. And I love British period drama. I'm a big Jane Austen fan. Anything and everything that has been anything of Jane Austen's that's been remade into a show, there I am, watching it. I mean, for reals. So, that is what I've been up to, as far as it goes. Gotta fill in some shadows here with this black grape. And the sound, this house that my father-in-law owns, it carries sound really, really well. So I apologize for any noise pollution that might be going down. Noise pollution. I sound fancy. I think we're all kind of losing our heads a little bit, and I don't know about you, but this quarantine thing is not my jam. I consider myself an introvert, but I think in reality, wow, I can't talk. I am some kind of weird twist between an introvert, extrovert, like I'm an introverted extrovert or an extroverted introvert. I think that would be it. Extroverted introvert. Like I like solitude, and I like my me time, and I like to be alone, but I do not like to be told that I can't go anywhere. I don't like to be told, oh, you can't go out and go to Target if you want to, or you can't go out and see your friends and go to a movie. And so it's just, this is, and my mom's the same way, bless her heart. She wants to get out and go out to eat so bad, and all the restaurant dining rooms were closed, and even if they weren't, I'd be like, no, not going anywhere, not until they fix this. Because you gotta live life. You gotta live life, but you also gotta have common sense. You gotta use your brain. But she's wanting to get out and do something. I can't blame her. I think once this all blows over, people are going to be back in full force. Everybody's going to get out. They're going to shake hands and hug. Restaurants. I saw this thing on Facebook where it says something along the lines of, when this ends, and it will, everyone's going to have like a new appreciation for, you know, being able to get out and see people and do things in the world. And, you know, like there will be barbecues and cookouts, and restaurants are going to have 2-hour waits, and I'm there. I hope so. I hope this kind of redefines priorities and what's important, and that we can be more of a unified society, and that everything's not so divided anymore, and we can understand that, you know, we just need to come together and, you know, sure, people are going to be different, and there will be differences, but that doesn't mean that we all have to hate each other, and we all have to fight, and I don't know. I guess I'm just hoping that this kind of realigns everybody with, you know, what's most important. And that's family and, you know, unity, and just I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just hope it kind of helps give everybody a wake-up call. Okay, so I'm going to kind of just go over this so it's not such a big color difference. There's one thing about the Prismacolors on this paper, they blend really nicely. I don't think I colored that bit very well. Okay. And I think that about does it, guys. Okay. So there is the eyes, lips, and dress part of my collab. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video and all my rambling. And next thing on this will be the background. Hopefully I can do something good. So until next time, guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye.